Okay, so now we have a piece of our embroidery floss. We're going to start with the black because that's our border. There are two colors in your subscription box, so you can choose either one for your lettering or your heart. But I'm going to go with the black for the border and the letters, and I'm going to do my heart in pink. So we have a piece of our 14 count Aida fabric. This one is actually 38 squares across. I've done my counting. I've counted each individual one. Our pattern is for 28 count, so 28 squares. I don't mind that because for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with 5 squares on the outside, and that way I can take those 5 squares and kind of fray them, and that'll turn it into more of a ribbon effect on the bookmark for our final product. So now that I know that I'm going to start at 5, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across here. So that is where I'm going to start my first stitch. So we're going to do 4 stitches across to start, and you always want to start consistently in the same corner. So I'm going to start in the bottom left, and I'm going to pull it through the fabric. I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail on the end because I prefer not to do knots on my cross stitch. It just looks a little more tidy when you don't. So I'm going to pull it through and leave my little tail, and I'm actually going to cross stitch over my loose thread. So our next step is to put our needle through the top right hand corner. Okay, and now we have a half stitch. So as I'm coming through, we're going to go through the bottom right for our next part of this stitch, and I'm going to fold our tail over so that way I can just stitch over it as we go. And that'll keep it secure without having to have a knot. And as you're doing this, you may find that sometimes your thread will get a little bit tangled. Just pull it and let it loosen up. Okay, next stitch, start from the bottom left again, and we're just going to keep stitching across. And for our pattern, there are 4 stitches. So bottom right to the top left. If you would like to work a little more quickly, you can also start from your bottom left, go to your top right corner, and then continue to do those half stitches. So I'm going to do 2 of those in a row so we can work that first row. Okay. And if you use this method, what you'll want to do is to start at the end of that row. You'll do the bottom right and go top left. Again, bottom right to top left. And there you go. We've worked our first row.
Thank you for joining us today. Here's the finished project. Isn't it cool? If you want more cross-stitch ideas, definitely check our library catalog for all the cross-stitching books we have in our system. Additionally, we have a really cool database called Creative Bug, which gives you free access to hundreds of video tutorials on all different areas of crafting and art. The online sign-up for March's subscription box will be live on March 1st at 10 o'clock a.m. on our library website. Look under event description and look for the sign-up button below. The sign-up fills up really quickly, so make sure to get your spot in as soon as possible once that link is live. Our next theme is Mini Garden. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Happy crafting!